My son's playing his video game while my daughter's on her laptop, and my two younger kids are fighting over the iPad while I'm texting on my iPhone. With all this amazing technology, it can be hard to know when to make your kids turn off and when to let them plug in. And you thought our parents had it hard? Welcome to parenting in 2012. I'm Kristen Chase. I'm a blogger, a mom of 4, a mominatrix, and your host for the Kristen Chase Show. Hi, thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about raising digital kids. I'm so thrilled to welcome Jen Singer, who's the mom of 2 teens, editor-in-chief of mamasaid.net, and a digital parenting expert. Thanks for joining me, Jen.
Well, thanks for getting me out of the house.
Happy to help. Now listen, the tech talk, I imagine, is much more like the sex talk. It's uncomfortable, it's awkward, but we've got to have it. So can you tell us, when we need to be talking to our kids about this, other than yesterday?
No, we need to start when they're younger, because now there are kids who are 7, 8, 9 years old having cell phones, or their friends have cell phones on the school bus, and you don't know what they're showing your kids. So you got to have that tech talk almost even earlier than the sex talk.
I always wonder, how do you do this? Is this something that you plan out, or you just do it impromptu, when you're over dinner?
It's just like the sex talk. You don't just do one talk. It's incorporating it into different things. For instance, I had a bunch of Cub Scouts in the back of my car taking pictures of their nostrils and texting it to their friends. So I pointed out to my son why you might not want to do that, and why on the other side of puberty, when you get an idea of what else to send, you're not doing that.
Right. Today's nostrils are tomorrow's unmentionables.
Yes.
Well, so what I did is put together a list of do's and don'ts for parents who might have some trouble. I think we all have these challenges. Do monitor their tech use. Now, I know this seems sort of obvious, but we're not just talking about video games, we're talking about kids on the internet.
Yeah, you've got to keep an eye on them. And one of the things I do with texting is I can go online and see who's texting in and who they're texting out to, and they know that. And it's important that they know that mom is watching.
I need that for my husband.
That would be good.
Next, don't let tech parent your kids. Again, this is sort of a duh moment, but I see so many families, and I know I've done it too, where I kind of let my kids use my gadgets so I can get stuff done. I can have a warm meal.
Yeah, it would be nice to be able to just talk on the phone without somebody talking to you at the same time, so you hand them your iPad. Well, there are moments when you have to do that, but sometimes it's too much.
It shouldn't take over, and they shouldn't be getting the glassy eyes from the screen, right?
Absolutely.
Do use tech as a reward. Now, I do this all the time. Instead of my kids earning money for an allowance, they earn video time, but I wonder, how does that work for older kids?
It works for older kids too. My 14-year-old likes to work on his composition software, and he'll do that all night long and not do his homework. So I'll say, go study for math, and then you can have a half an hour on your laptop.
Next, don't give in to the, but mom, I've got to have it. Now look, this drives me crazy when I see 7, 8, 9-year-olds with smartphones.
Yes, well, some of the kids on my soccer team that I coach have nicer phones than I do.
Yeah, they've got access to the internet. I feel like kids just need to be able to text or even, make a phone call to a specific list of people.
It used to be that kids had to call and talk to my mother or my father in order to talk to me, and now they can bypass you through the internet, through texting and whatnot. You need to keep a close eye on that.
Next, do set an example for your kids with your own tech. Jen, I am guilty of this. I have my phone in my hand a lot, and I know that kids are watching, and so when we're telling them to turn off and we're not, probably not a good example.
Yeah, a big thing is that when they're talking to you, lift up your head and look them in the eyes. Don't be talking to them like this all the time. They're learning while watching you.
Note to self, maybe instead of worrying so much about my kids' tech use, I need to look at my own. Sometimes the best tech tool is the power off button. I want to thank Jen Singer for joining me today, and thanks for watching. Do you have tips or questions about raising digital kids? Leave them here in the comments. And make sure to subscribe to CafeMom Studios on YouTube. See you next time. On the next episode of The Kristen Chase Show. Now, I know my husband's gone sometimes days, weeks at a time, and it can be really, really hard just to be by myself and to parent by myself.
It's just a little overwhelming.